we're working from the better characters working down. So. My biggest influences. I just love comic book characters as a kid. My favorite artists as a kid were like George Perez and Frank Miller and John Byrne, and then later when I became a professional, I was influenced by the work of Kevin Nolan and Art Adams, and like Barry Windsor Smith. So a lot of like my work, if you like look at it, you'll probably see where I picked up pieces from those different artists. Outside of comic book artists, there's a American illustrator from the 40s, I think 30s, 40s, named George Bridgman. You can still find his art books. It's guided life drawing, and he really didn't focus on separate muscles. He really looked at the body as shapes, forms, like basically like chunks of ham or footballs or whatever. And so I never really learned where each muscle starts and ends. I don't really know the names of them, except for the major muscles. And but I really focused more on the shapes of the arms and legs, depending on whether there was force put on the arm or leg or not, because your muscles change shape. It's pointless to learn like where it starts and ends. It's more important to know what shape it is when you contract or flex. So that's a lot of what I do when I think of drawing is I draw. So, like if I draw an arm coming forward, I'll cut it off at the forearm and think about the silhouette, the contour line, because it's not a circle. Mine's a circle, but most people, it's greater. The muscles pop out, so you get more of a pear shape, I guess. So you're always trying to be aware of that. Sure. What was it like working? I'm still working with Frank Miller, even though it doesn't look like it because the book hasn't come out, but I'm still working with Frank. Frank is a very talented guy. If I had to pick one guy that got me in comics, it's Frank Miller. So it was like 1986. I was a senior in college, and I kind of given up on comics, to be honest. I was still getting my subscription sent home, but I just wasn't reading. And Dark Knight came out, and just the format, the sophistication of the storyline, the coloring, the glossy paper, that inspired me. And that was the year I graduated, and that's the year I started putting my portfolio together. And that's when I got work later that year. So, blame Frank. But it's great. I mean, he's